Hello guys, welcome back to our anime moment. Guys, please like the video and subscribe to my channel. Today is explanation of Renegade Immortal episode number 334 based on novel. So let's start. Ancient Devil Shattered Star. And powerful devilish energy surged out from Tario's eyes when the stars shattered. In the blink of an eye, devilish energy filled Wang Lin's sea of consciousness. The devilish energy formed a vortex with Tario at the center. The desert on the ground trembled and was moved by the suction force. Even Wang Lin's clothes were pulled by the suction and flapped in the wind. However, his white hair didn't move at all. His calm eyes coldly looked at ancient devil Tario. Wang Lin didn't stop Tario from shattering his stars. Wang Lin had gathered Wang Wei, Hu Huan, Qing Shua, and Zhu Yi's power along with his own cultivation to give Wang Lin this once-in-a-lifetime chance. Wang Lin had never thought about obtaining this fortune. He would forever cherish this, and he needed to fight to gain enlightenment. The more he became enlightened, the more benefits he would gain. This kind of opportunity could be hoped for but not asked for. It was very fleeting. What Wang Lin would gain depended on his understanding of Tao and luck. This was why he wouldn't allow this battle to end quickly. The stronger ancient devil Tario was and the more desperate he felt, the more Wang Lin would gain in the fight. At this moment, after shattering 3 stars and devilish energy filling Tario's body, his body unexpectedly shrank. However, as his body shrank, it became more condensed and almost become corporeal. Tario, had devoured ancient demon Bei Lu and also 3 ancient devils of the same clan. I'm using my devil shadow as a primer to refine my anger, sadness, envy, and greed into a powerful spell of my ancient devil clan. Ancient Tario's body floated up and was surrounded by devilish energy. The devilish energy was like the howling wind that swept across the world. Ancient devil heavenly Tao, for desire finger. Tario's eyes shined and contained a monstrous anger. This anger quickly turned into endless sadness, but it soon turned into mad envy. And then it turned into greed that could devour the world. These 4 emotions rapidly flashed through ancient devil Tario's eyes and caused his right hand to rise. As his right hand rose, 4 strands of devilish energy came out of his eyes and entered his hand. He then mercilessly pointed at Wang Lin. The 4 strands of devilish energy fused into his finger and formed a shocking black light. It didn't shoot at Wang Lin but gathered at Tario's fingertip. The moment the black light appeared, it was as if it was going to tear the world apart. The earth rumbled and the desert Wang Lin had summoned became twisted, as if it was going to collapse. Tario's eyes were completely red as he stepped forward and his left hand pointed at the sky. He shouted, "The heavens' wrath. Anyone who dares to rebel against the heavens will suffer the heavens' wrath. My ancient devil clan's 9 desire finger absorbs this wrath and uses it to resist the heavens' Tao." After he spoke, a thunderous rumble appeared and red gas appeared in the sky and started gathering toward the black light. In the blink of an eye, the red gas fused with the black light and caused it to intensify. In an instant, this black light covered a small portion of the world. The heavens have sadness, and this sadness is desire. Absorb this sadness to complete my ancient devil spell. As this roar echoed, endless blue gas appeared and quickly condensed into the black light. The heavens envy the elite. Anyone who can reach the heavens will be envied by heaven. The heavens is greedy for all the changes in the world. It's greedy for everything in the world to be its own. I, ancient devil Tario, command the heavens' anger, sadness, envy, and greed to fuse for my clan's 4 desire finger. As Tario roared, he took a step forward. The black light at this fingertip covered the world and he pointed at Wang Lin. In an instant, the power of the heavens appeared above Wang Lin and formed 4 storms that descended from the sky. They instantly grew as tall as the heavens and came from Wang Lin formed 4 different directions. This spell is indeed not ordinary. Wang Lin's eyes lit up as he waved his right hand and rain suddenly appeared around him. This rain almost formed a flowing river. They didn't look large, but every drop of rain was like its own world. Every realm was a world where rain fell like a waterfall. These raindrops circled Wang Lin and continued to condense while the 4 storms closed in. The number of raindrops decreased until all of them fused into 1 drop of rain. This was a crystal-like raindrop. It was crystal clear and shined brightly. This drop of rain was the limit of summon the rain, but not Wang Lin's limit. Just like how cold the wind had exceeded by Fan's ability and summoned 13 black dragons, this drop of rain compressed once more. Popping sounds as loud as thunderous roars echoed and the raindrop condensed once more. With a bang, it unexpectedly turned into invisible water vapor. Although this water vapor was invisible, one could clearly feel its existence. Wang Lin waved his right hand and the water vapor spread out with Wang Lin as the center. It seemed to form 4 identical, sharp swords that charged at the storms. In the blink of an eye, the swords collided with the 4 storms. Then a thunderous rumble echoed and the 4 storms shattered. At this moment, the world trembled and the desert became twisted until it collapsed. The Black Sea returned once more. As Wang Lin floated above the sea, his right hand formed a seal and drew an arc. The remaining water vapor gathered and formed 4 blue, sharp swords. Wang Lin's expression was neutral as his right hand grasped, causing a rumble, and the 4 swords collapsed and turned into 8. Then they collapsed once more, and this continued until there were 128 swords. With a wave of his hand, the swords flew at ancient devil Tario. All of this happened very smoothly, and Wang Lin looked very casual while doing it, but all of this caused ancient devil Tario's fear to reach its limit. He didn't think his 4 desire finger could be broken just like this. Seeing the 128 blue swords charging at him, Tario quickly retreated. Borrowing the remaining devilish energy from his 3 shattered stars, he let out a roar and his hands quickly formed seals. There was hint of madness in his eyes. I use my ancient devil soul to call the ancient devil Tao pattern. Tario's hand moved in a trembling fashion. Every time he trembled, a black ripple would appear around him. In the blink of an eye, tens of thousands of black ripples appeared before him and charged at the 128 blue swords. Popping sounds echoed, and when the endless ripples spread out, the blue swords began to tremble. In the end, when the ripples penetrated the swords, they turned around and shot toward Wang Lin. Tario continued to retreat, and his hands trembled even more violently. The madness in his eyes became even more intense. This ancient devil Tao pattern consumed his ancient devil soul. He wouldn't use it unless it was his last resort. Wang Lin's eyes lit up as he moved forward and stepped into the ripples. If one looked from above, they would see the black ripples spread above the entire ocean. It was a shocking scene. Inside the ripples, Wang Lin clearly felt that the ripples specialized in attacking the origin soul. They could cause a great deal of damage to the origin soul, and if you were a bit weak, your origin soul would just collapse. If you had reached 9 stars, this ripple might have had an effect on me, but right now, Wang Lin shook his head and stepped forward, landing on where 2 ripples overlapped. Just like this, he walked through without encountering any ripples. It was as if his body was transparent, and even if a ripple got close, it would just go through him. Body of law. Qing Lin passed down the body of law inheritance for you to comprehend. Tario quickly retreated, but before he got far, Wang Lin took a step and casually pointed with his right hand. Stop. With this point of his finger, the law of the heavens descended. THS law was invisible, but it caused Tario's body to pause as if he was imprisoned mid-air. Wang Lin approached and his right hand gently hit Tario's forehead. There was a loud bang and a large amount of devilish energy was pushed out from Tario's back. This monstrous black gas was constantly being forced back. A miserable scream echoed and Tario's body was pushed back. However, the law around him had dissipated, so he couldn't move at all. He couldn't even use any of his devilish energy. Shattered star. Wang Lin followed closely after the ancient devil, and his right hand continued to point to all over the ancient devil's body. Endless amounts of devilish energy was pushed out from the ancient devil's body. Still not shattering your star. In the blink of an eye, he pointed at Tario 7 times. Each time, Tario was thrown far away, but Wang Lin would immediately follow with another finger. After doing this 7 times, a majority of Tario's devilish energy had dissipated and his eyes were filled with fear and unwillingness. At this moment, the last remaining 5 stars all collapsed. Wang Lin revealed a smile and then withdrew his right finger and floated back like a cloud. The reason he was so casual before was to force the ancient devil to shatter all his remaining stars. Only then could the ancient devil use its most powerful attack to help Wang Lin confirm his Tao. The stars in Tario's eye all collapsed and an aura several times stronger than before erupted. He let out a howl as his body moved and easily broke the stop spell. You forced me to do this. If this devil dies, you will die with me. 9-star Ancient Devil Spell, Purple Cloud Devil Calamity. When the 5 stars shattered, the devilish energy inside Ancient Devil Tario exploded. Combined with the previous 3 stars, the amount of devilish energy Tario had grew infinitely close to what a 9-star Ancient Devil would have. At this moment, Tario had already lost to Qing Lin. He no longer had any power to obtain Qing Lin's body, and the only thing awaiting him was death. However, Tario's unwillingness made it so that even if he died, he would take Wang Lin with him. Even if he died, he wouldn't tarnish the Ancient Devil clan and would use his strongest spell. At this moment, Wang Lin could disrupt Tario and kill him, but he didn't do that. Whether it was for confirming his own Tao or to respect Tario as a member of the Ancient Order, even he felt excited in anticipation for the spell. Tario's angry roar echoed and his body condensed once more. In the blink of an eye, his body was the size of a normal person. However, the body that was now almost completely corporeal seemed to be filled with endless strength. His body was completely black with a horn and red eyes, allowing Ancient Devil Tario to give off a heaven-shaking aura. Purple Cloud. Tario roared, and all the devilish energy behind him suddenly changed colors. In the blink of an eye, half of it turned purple and surrounded his body. Tario raised his hands and his fingers connected to form a diamond. All the purple gas around his body charged into that diamond-shaped seal his hands formed. In the blink of an eye, a purple, diamond-shaped object appeared in his hands. Devil Calamity. Tario roared, and a vortex appeared between his eyebrows. His devil soul flew out into the diamond-shaped object, causing it to shine even more brightly. Go to hell. Tario charged out and pressed his hands at Wang Lin. The purple, diamond-shaped object flew out toward Wang Lin. At the start, the diamond-shaped object was only the size of a palm, but as it flew, it grew larger and larger. In the end, it covered the entire sky and descended on Wang Lin. Wang Lin slowly closed his eyes and felt the power inside the diamond-shaped object. He clearly felt this diamond-shaped object envelope him and completely separate him from his surroundings. At the same time, the diamond-shaped object rapidly shrank and all the space in its path collapsed. It came closer and closer toward Wang Lin. Unfortunately, the purple cloud isn't strong. Wang Lin shook his head, and when he opened his eyes, the diamond-shaped object was no less than 3 inches from him. From a distance, it was impossible to see Wang Lin, only the giant, purple, diamond-shaped object was visible. It was as if it only needed an instant for Wang Lin to collapse like everything else. Mountain crumbles. Wang Lin softly said, and a mountain immediately appeared. There was a loud rumble and this mountain immediately charged into the sky. It wasn't just one, a second and third mountain appeared. In an instant, 9 towering mountains appeared around Wang Lin, and the purple, diamond-shaped object immediately stopped shrinking. Under the might of the mountains, it seemed to be forced back. However, Purple Cloud Calamity was far more powerful than any of Tario's previous spells. When it collided with the 9 mountains, the mountains began to crack. Wang Lin's expression was calm as he softly said, "Crumble." In an instant, the 9 mountains began to crumble and erupted like volcanoes. The eruption collided with the purple, diamond-shaped object, causing a heaven-shaking impact in the air. While the mountain crumbled, Wang Lin slowly walked out. He stared at the ancient devil, who was filled with despair and unwillingness. None of this is your own strength. It is just Qing Lin's mind cooperating with you and him giving you an inheritance that allows you to have this temporary cultivation level. If we were outside and not in this sea of consciousness, this devil could kill you as easily as crushing an ant. I refuse to yield. I'm unwilling to give up. Ah. Tario let out a roar, and he felt a chill in his heart. He never would have thought that Qing Lin's plan wasn't to find a powerful person to save him, but to absorb the rescuer into his sea of consciousness. Although most of Qing Lin's Sea of Consciousness had been occupied by the ancient devil, it still belonged to Qing Lin. He could cause any change he wished, but due to the ancient devil's invasion, none of those changes could attack the ancient devil. However, he had used someone else's soul and didn't hesitate to pass down his Tao. He had given control of the Sea of Consciousness to Wang Lin, which was equal to handing over his life and death to someone else. As a result, Qing Lin's Sea of Consciousness could transform as Wang Lin willed and simulate all laws of the world. These circumstances allowed Wang Lin to have the power of the third step. Although ancient devil Tario knew that this was all temporary. After all, souls were different and one couldn't forcibly control another's Sea of Consciousness for long. It wouldn't take long for Wang Lin to weaken. Once they leave Qing Lin's Sea of Consciousness, Wang Lin would be forced back to his original cultivation level. However, what was the point of knowing all of this? Ancient devil Tario wouldn't be able to last much longer. Qing Lin, you win. Tario revealed a bitter smile, but it was soon replaced by a ferocious expression. However, this devil has one last spell. I'll use the last moment of my life as an ancient devil to display the most powerful ancient devil spell. Even though I'll die, I will have no regrets. As ancient devil Tario laughed, he flew into the air. He opened his arms and devilish energy surrounded his body. Then his body exploded before Wang Lin's eyes. The beginning, origin devil Dao. Tario's voice descended from the sky and then his body collapsed. Dense devilish energy covered the sky, and in the blink of an eye, the world was dark. A pair of grim eyes appeared in the dark sky. In the blink of an eye, the darkness churned and countless pairs of grim eyes appeared. Their gazes all gathered on Wang Lin. This scene was very strange, and it was impossible to describe. Wang Lin's expression changed for the first time when he met the gaze of those eyes. Your name is Wang Lin. An ancient voice echoed across the world. The moment the voice spoke, the pairs of eyes became filled with confusion. Wang Lin's eyes were crystal clear. You began cultivating at the age of 15 and have now cultivated for over 1,000 years. However, you were an evil spirit, and stepping on the path of Tao meant destroying your relatives. Your father and mother died and your family almost was annihilated. Although a few survived, they are under constant calamity. As the sound echoed across the sky, the eyes were no longer filled with confusion but heart-wrenching pain. Wang Lin's body trembled lightly, but his eyes were still crystal clear. Your parents died because of you. Your family died because of you. As the voice echoed, all the eyes turned blood red as if they were dripping blood. Some of the eyes exploded and blood fell. Wang Lin's eyes also became red and his body trembled. Your wife returned to heaven because of you and your son became a soul fragment because of you. None of your close relatives remained. As the sound rumbled, the pairs of eyes in the sky collapsed into blood. Wang Lin's eyes were bloodshot and his face was extremely pale. His body trembled as he retreated a few steps and his right hand touched his chest. Although this was only his soul, he could clearly feel the pain in his heart. This pain was like a poison that invaded his mind and destroyed everything. Dun Qian helped you, but he died. The Vermilion Bird Divine Emperor also helped you, but he also died. Even Ju Yi stopped protecting the corpse he loved after meeting you. Even the Celestial Cloud couple was finally able to save Qing Lin after meeting you. The ancient void slowly arrived, and every word contained the power of law. As the words landed in Wang Lin's ears, it made his face even more pale. Have you said enough? Wang Lin muttered as he retreated. At normal times, if someone had said this, it wouldn't affect him. But at this moment, for some unknown reason, Wang Lin felt like every word intensified his pain, and it felt like his heart was being torn apart. Just as the voice appeared, Wang Lin suddenly raised his head. His expression was calm and revealed a terrifying coldness. I asked if you have said enough. The calm words contained no emotion. Wang Lin rushed out and his right hand clawed at the sky. The countless eyes immediately collapsed and large amounts of blood fell on Wang Lin's body. I, Wang Lin, have lived as an indomitable spirit. Although I've made mistakes, as long as I follow my Tao heart, it is enough. Wang Lin's right hand formed a seal and pointed at the sky while his voice echoed. Celestial spell, falling star. As he spoke, a ray of starlight fell from the sky, penetrating the black fog, and landed in the Black Sea. Then rays of starlight appeared from an unknown origin and pierced through the black fog. Starlight even shot out from the Black Sea and straight up into the black fog. In the blink of an eye, starlight filled the world. As Wang Lin's arms moved, the starlight moved toward the black fog in the sky and a thunderous rumble echoed. The starlight gathered to form an indescribable impact that quickly spread across the world. At this moment, Wang Lin's body collapsed. Wang Wei, Hu Huan, Zhu Yi, and Qing Shuang all appeared one by one. Finally, a melancholy Qing Lin in green appeared. As the sea of consciousness collapsed, they all fell into the collapsing void and disappeared. In the green temple floating in the void in the rain celestial realm, Sichu Nan cautiously guarded the door. He occasionally looked at everyone inside the formation, and anxiety filled his heart. The silver female corpse was the same, but her gaze was locked onto Wang Lin. Just at this moment, Wang Lin's body trembled and he slowly opened his eyes. He silently stood up, walked next to the door, and silently looked out at the void. The void outside the temple was completely dark and muffled rumbles could be heard. If you looked closer, you would see debris flying through the void as if they had lost their home. In truth, they indeed no longer had a home and could only float forever in the void. Inside the formation, Qing Lin opened his eyes that revealed the passage of time. This former celestial emperor looked like an old man despite the fact that he had the appearance of a middle-aged man. However, there was a powerful scent of decay when he awakened. Qing Shuang also awakened. She looked at the wound on her right arm and wrinkled her brow. She then moved her body a bit. It was as if she had been asleep for too long and hadn't adapted to her body yet. Wang Wei and Hu Huan were pale, but they also opened their eyes. Wang Wei's eyes were filled with excitement and he immediately knelt on the ground. He respectfully looked at Qing Lin while trembling. Teacher, you. Hu Huan, who got up and bit her lower lip, also nervously looked at Qing Lin. Qing Lin faintly smiled as he carefully looked at this couple that were both his disciples and softly said, "You guys have worked hard for all these years." Teacher. Wang Wei's body trembled violently and 2 streams of tears flowed down from his eyes. He had waited countless years for Qing Lin to awaken. In order to make this happen, he had lived in the demon spirit land for countless years. All of it was to repay Qing Lin for accepting him as a disciple. Wang Wei could never forget that he was a little chi refiner who was a bit famous. It was his teacher who had given him a new life, a chance to reach the peak of cultivation, and also a lifetime of happiness. At this moment, Zhu Yi opened his eyes and looked at Qing Shuang. There was bitterness and sadness in his eyes, but above all there was calmness. Senior Qing Lin, Junior has a favor to ask. Wang Lin withdrew his gaze and looked at Qing Lin. Are you asking as a junior or as my disciple? Qing Lin's calm gaze fell on Wang Lin. Wang Lin silently pondered for a moment before pointing at Sichu and respectfully saying, "Teacher, this person is a friend of disciple and he is affected by a celestial poison." Qing Lin's expression was calm as he looked at Sichu Nan. He slowly said, "What amazing talent. Are you willing to take me as your teacher?" Although Sichu Nan was arrogant, he wasn't as calm as Wang Lin when facing Qing Lin. After all, he hadn't participated in saving Qing Lin, so he was still in awe at Qing Lin. He hesitated a bit before respectfully saying, "This disciple greets teacher?" Just as he spoke, Sichu Nan looked up said, "But teacher, this old disciple likes freedom, so you can't restrict me." This sentence made Qing Lin laugh. "After your poison is removed, you can do as you wish. Why would I restrict your freedom?" With that, Qing Lin shook his head with a kind gaze. He stood up and placed his hand on his daughter, Qing Shuang's, shoulder. He softly said, "Qing Shuang, I'm going to borrow the celestial origin energy in your body." With that, a powerful suction force came from Qing Lin's right hand and a sliver of Qing Shuang's celestial origin energy split off into Qing Lin's right hand. It wasn't much celestial origin energy, just 1 silver. It was so little that even the little celestial origin energy Wang Lin had before was several times more than this. However, this sliver of celestial origin energy shined brightly in Qing Lin's hand. Although this light wasn't too bright, it lit up the entire temple. This green temple was no longer green and was like a sun. Qing Lin's expression was calm as he slowly walked forward and walked out from the temple. He floated in the void and looked at the drifting fragments in the distance. He looked at what used to be his home and revealed a bitter expression. At this moment, most of the celestial realm had collapsed. Even those fragments that hadn't completely collapsed were cracked and were in the process of collapsing. It seemed like it wouldn't be long before the rain celestial realm would disappear and become nothing but a memory for cultivators. After tens of thousands of years passed, then even those memories would fade and become completely forgotten. With a sigh, Qing Lin waved the golden light in his right hand and the golden light flew out. The golden light was like a sun, and it lit up the entire void. Strands of golden lines appeared from this golden light and crossed to form a net that quickly spread out. These lines were the laws of the world, and the golden light contained vitality that could nourish life. As the golden light and golden lines spread, the entire rain celestial realm was enveloped in them. The collapsing fragments stopped collapsing and the floating pieces of rock stopped moving. Those vortexes that had formed due to the collapse seemed to stop their eternal rotations and became motionless. Reform, celestial realm. Qing Lin's voice was very calm, but it clearly entered the ears of the people that had followed him out of the temple. Wang Wei and Hu Huan trembled and looked at Qing Lin with reverence in their eyes. Qing Shuang looked at her father's back without any expression. From the beginning of her memories, this father of hers had been the backbone of the rain celestial realm. He had never had time to play with her, as he was always busy with matters pertaining to the celestial realm or cultivating. Qing Shuang still clearly remembered the collapse of the rain celestial realm. The rain celestial realm was built by her father's blood and sweat. But when she watched the rain celestial realm collapse, not only was Qing Shuang not sad, she felt a hint of relief. This was a very complex feeling, and even she couldn't tell what it was. However, seeing her father reform the rain celestial realm, Qing Shuang felt a stab of pain. Zhu Yi silently looked at Qing Shuang. When he saw the pain on Qing Shuang's face, his heart also trembled. When Qing Lin spoke, the golden net that spread across the rain celestial realm began to shrink. The golden light now covered the whole realm, and those vortexes all silently disappeared. The shattered stones began to gather as if there was a force in the world pulling them together. The debris gathered in the void and soon formed a new land mass. The entire rain celestial realm was a void except for this fragment that gave off dense celestial spiritual energy. As the golden net was put down over the earth, grass began to grow and water appeared out of nowhere. The fragment rumbled and mountains and majestic palaces appeared. The temple behind Wang Lin flew into the air and drifted to the center of the fragment before landing. From now on, this place is the new rain celestial realm. Qing Lin's voice was calm as it echoed across the world. Wang Lin was sitting on the mountain in the new rain celestial realm and felt the celestial spiritual energy that surrounded him. The scene of Qing Lin creating that golden line replayed in his head. He clearly felt the change in laws and the power of source origin energy. It had been 3 days since the new rain celestial realm was formed. Sichu Nan was brought into the temple by Qing Lin. Wang Wei and Hu Huan had picked a palace to settle down. It was obvious Wang Wei was very happy. Him being happy meant Hu Huan was happy. Wang Lin envied the happiness of this couple. Thinking about happiness, Wang Lin looked into the distance. In the distance, there was an iceberg surrounded by celestial clouds. Qing Shuang was on top of that iceberg. Qing Shuang's personality was extremely cold, even toward her father, and she didn't speak much. She only spoke a bit more when talking with Hu Huan. After the new rain celestial realm formed, Qing Shuang used her power to form an iceberg and silently lived up there. She didn't allow anyone to come up. However, Wang Lin clearly saw Zhu Yi sitting at the bottom of the iceberg, looking up at the blurred figure at the top. It was as if he was guarding her, just like how he had guarded the corpse for 2,000 years. Qing Shuang's awakening might not mean happiness for Big Brother Zhu. Wang Lin withdrew his gaze and looked at the blue sky. The new Rain Celestial Realm didn't have any spatial cracks and was very stable. The silver female corpse sat silently behind him. Her gaze would occasionally land on Wang Lin but would quickly shift away. Wang Lin had been sitting here for 3 days. Aside from recalling the golden light Qing Lin had used, he spent time engraving the comprehension he had experienced while inside Qing Lin's sea of consciousness. His cultivation level didn't raise at all after he left Qing Lin's sea of consciousness. He was still at the early stage of Nirvana cleanser. However, a seed was formed in his body. This was a seed for the third step, for law, and the pursuit of Tao. This was the gift Qing Lin had given him. Back then, when the heaven-defying bead activated, Wang Lin saw the third step behind the door, but that was merely seeing it. Qing Lin had allowed him to feel the spells of a third-step cultivator, which was extremely precious to Wang Lin. This made his path even more clear. As he continued to comprehend, an extremely tired voice echoed in his mind. "Wang Lin, come see me." Wang Lin raised his head to look at the temple and got up. He calmly walked toward the temple, and it didn't take him long for him to step inside. Just as he entered his temple, Wang Lin couldn't help but stop. Before him sat an old man who looked somewhat similar to Qing Lin. Upon closer inspection, it was clearly Celestial Emperor Qing Lin. However, for some unknown reason, he looked a lot older. Qing Lin slowly said, "Sit." Wang Lin sat opposite of Qing Lin. His expression was calm. This video will end here.